So how is life day to day? Things are going pretty good. Things are really going good. There is a big group of foreigners here, and we do stuff all the time, whether it's playing board games or movie nights or going out for a drink or for food or coffee, going on trips. So pretty much a few times a week I'm hanging out with some people, going out and doing stuff. So I am very connected here, which is great. I do Taekwondo still about 4 times a week. I typically go to the 9 o'clock classes because it works out best for me. But if I can get out of work on time and go, and I've got something going on later, I'll go to the 5:30 class. I have a friend at both the 9 o'clock class and the 5:30 class. So I also try to mix it up so I can see both of them. And still really enjoy doing Taekwondo. I got some bruises on my arms from some drills we were doing the other day. If I do miss a class, there's 2 days that I just had stuff going on and I didn't go, and I get this text message from the instructor, "Why you no come to class?" He was concerned that I was okay. Again, the whole family is super cute, and I enjoy going, so I gotta go in a little bit, or he's gonna be angry. So, and angry, I mean he's never angry. Still go to Korean class. The Korean class is actually taking a cultural trip to Busan in a couple weeks, so I'm learning slowly, but learning some new words with that. And other than that, I spend an awful lot of time lesson planning, working on stuff for work, working on stuff for the talk program. I actually just wrote a newsletter article for the Ministry of Education, and I think it's being published. I don't know for sure. I'm participating, or at least I submitted an entry to participate in the special teaching project study. They only select 12, so I don't know if I'm going to get picked or not, but I put together a whole proposal for that. And then I also put together this pen pal program, which thank you for many of those of you who are having your kids or friends of a friend or relatives somehow sign up to do the pen pal program, because I got an overwhelming response of people willing to help me out and write letters. But that does take a lot of time to coordinate, and I'm still working on getting the letters out into people. So that'll be coming soon. Classes themselves, I don't know. I mean, the kids like me. I feel like I'm in a good group with the kids. They're always like, I feel like a celebrity. I walk into the cafeteria and they're all like, "Teacher Audrey, Audrey, Teacher Audrey," and they're waving, and whenever they see me in the hall, they always say hi, and when they're in the classroom, they're always tugging on me, and I'm reading a story, they're like sitting on top of me, and can't get enough. But the teaching mechanics itself, still not smoothing out yet. I still don't know always what to cover, so it's daily struggle coming up with topics every single day. It's not any easier. I don't know if it will be. I try to teach things that are interesting to at least me, or that I think that they would want to know about. My 6th graders, they've been good, and I have this point reward system, and they've achieved the number of points they need to. And we've been talking about movies lately, and they actually are showing Captain America here in Korea. It was actually released here before it's released in the States. I was surprised on that. But they're showing it in English with Korean subtitles. And so I am taking my 6th grade class to the movie theater, which is a big deal because they live out in the country, and Youngju's movie theater itself is like probably the size of a classroom, really, like a university classroom. It's not very big at all. It only has one screen. It only shows one movie at a time, and it's very small. But like that's the next biggest thing that they're gonna have, and most of them don't go into town that often because they don't either need to or it's expensive to travel there. So a lot of the kids probably have never seen a movie in a movie theater, or at least it's not a regular thing. And so I had to go through not a lot of hoops, actually. Actually, I was going to say a lot of hoops, but not really. All I said was I have this idea, and they had some concerns, and we talked about it, and we ironed it out. But, well, we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I'm going to be taking them on the bus, driving down to the movie theater, seeing the movie theater downtown, and getting them all back on the bus, and going with them back to the school this Saturday. So, had to give up one of my Saturdays to do it, but I hope that it makes a lasting impact on these kids. I was kind of laughing about, in the United States, they would be like, oh, well, the parents need to sign permission slips to be able to go, and when you go, you're going to need to know everybody's emergency contact and allergens and anything that they might come in contact with. But no, there's just like, all right, well, just tell the kids they should probably tell their parents. And it's like, isn't there anything more formal than that? Nobody, they're just letting me go myself with them. I'm trying to recruit friends to go with me to help me. But there is no like, hey, let's coordinate some chaperones for you. No, all right, well, okay. So it should be fun. I realize that now I actually have to make them lunch too, so they're going to learn what an American sack lunch is. So no rice for lunch on Saturday. They're getting peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It should be a good time. Speaking of school lunches, it's a little surprising what they serve for lunch. They will serve, fish all the time. I thought that would be a given, but they'll serve fish with the bone in them. Or meat with bone in them. Like, we had the other day fish that were like this big, and you had like 2 of them. And they were just like the whole little mini fish fried. And they had the whole skeleton, all the bones. And I watch my Korean fellow administrative people, and they're just like picking it clean. They leave the skeletons perfectly. Not me. I'm like, how do I eat this? How? And so they serve a lot of bones, or like, I had a soup and it had like half of a crab's body in it. I'm like, how do you eat this? And then like, there's sharp edges for these kids. What if they choke? How do they not get punctured with this? We had spare ribs the other day. And again, the administrative staff is just eating with chopstick the meat off of these spare ribs. But the vice principal saw me and he's like, no, just grab it with your hands. I'm like, thank God. Like, they eat everything with these chopsticks that I would just want to pick up with my hands. It's ridiculous. So, school lunches, it's still the best meal I get all day because heaven help what I cook for myself. Based on the limited groceries that they have and the even more limited cooking skills that I have. But some of the school lunches, they just surprise you what they serve. Yeah. Other stuff going on. Got a lot of upcoming trips coming up. April and May are going to be very busy, but exciting busy. Time's flying by. I'm having a good time, if you can tell. So, I hope everyone is doing well at home and continue to send me messages. I like hearing from you guys. So, okay, a nice day. Goodbye.